Good morning, everybody. It's Jay, and welcome back to another episode, exciting episode of Timber Kings. We are now in October, and I think Zach, the owner of the claim, is actually going to start making some serious money now that he owns the iron furnace, or the metal furnace, and the northern sawmill. So, we may be able to forego doing some of these. Well, I really don't want to do any of these dead wood contracts anymore because they are literally dead wood. A dead end, I should say, not just dead wood. Harvesting, I'm not sure how much time we want to spend harvesting, doing agricultural contracts, because this really isn't an agricultural map. And this one pays fairly well, this one doesn't. Rock removal, we may take a look at, we may not, but once we have our own skid steer, and that's in the plans. And I have been looking on ModHub, and I've found quite a few that may or may not fit the bill very nicely. But definitely tree transports. We're going to continue doing those because for the $2,900 that they pay, so almost $30,000 for 50 minutes worth of work, they're definitely worth time and effort. But like I said, I think it's going to be, from here on in, it's going to be the lumber mill and it's going to be the ore mine that make us a lot of money. So the ore mine we started, if you remember, back at the end of September. And let's take a look at the iron, sorry, I keep calling it the ore mine, it's the iron furnace. And let's take a look at what's being produced. Oh, by the way, I brought in 5,600 liters of ore last night at the end of September, the last episode. And this beast is, well, I can't call it a beast. It certainly is not a beast. It's the furthest thing from a beast. As you can see, its maximum speed is 16 miles an hour going forward and 4 miles an hour going backwards. And even taking, I tried a couple of different routes, and even taking the smoothest route possible to get here, it took me a while. So that we are going to be looking for a replacement for as soon as possible. In terms of output from the metal furnace, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be about right, considering I can't remember exactly what time we placed it, but it was past noon in September. So, my prediction was, I figured it would put out 10 pallets of metal per day, and that looks about right. We're at 7 right now, so I think it's going to be able to put out at least 3 more today. And we're not going to put those to productions just yet. Or we may put 1 to production. But we're still in need of money. We have 112,000, and we're doing pretty good. And the sawmill itself, it's got a decent amount of lumber. It's going to need some more either this month or next month. But let's have a look and see what it's produced. Now remember, I've only got it producing 2 products right now. And I should probably have it producing a 3rd one. I just didn't know how quickly it was going to go through lumber. But plank-wise, we have a lot of planks to sell. And we have a decent number of long planks to sell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to sell those this month. Make sure we get a really strong footing, and then we are going to look at more productions once we have money. Now, I just want to check on the wood chipper, because I'm told that that is a... even though wood chips don't sell for that much, it's a really good use for end pieces. And where is it? There it is. There's the wood chip. We'll figure out a way to get our end pieces in there. They're not that big. I can't pick that up, unfortunately. That's decorative. And I think, yeah, we must have. Wait, no, I'm looking in the wrong place. I see what I see. Another one of those missing artifacts. So let's collect that. And where is the lumber pile? That's what I'm looking for. There it is, over there. Not the lumber pile, the sawdust pile. So you can see it's putting out a little bit of sawdust. So, but does it tell us anywhere how much we have? No, I guess we have to check the production itself. Nope, it just says storing. So I have no idea how much sawdust we have so far. But I am, like I said, I am told that by putting sawdust or end pieces in the chopper, we can get a lot of wood chips. Alright. On a separate note, right before we proceed any further, I do want any of you who are either new to the series or new to the channel to leave comments either on ideas you have for the series and where you think we can go, or if you have questions on why I'm doing things a certain way. For those of you that haven't checked out my other videos, I do a lot of how-to videos. So I have spent some time experimenting. But for now, I've stopped doing the how-to videos, and this Let's Play is going to be as much a how-to as anything else. So, if you have questions, like from the last video on how the tree planter works, or from this video on why I'm choosing certain things, definitely go ahead, leave a comment, and I will do my best to answer them in the next video. Alright, without further ado, let's get down to business. Actually, before we get down to business, let's take a look at the sawmill to the south. I've seen a lot of reports from people, and I have, on this map, I have a limited number of mods installed. And you can see planks are costing me $7,020 for one pallet of planks, if I was to buy them. But I've seen a lot of people report, again, depending on what base game mods they're using, and I forget exactly which one it is, the planks are free. I'm not going to look it up. I mean, that's up to you. You can look it up if you want to get free planks. And I don't really want to say cheat the game, but work around. Like I said, the choice is entirely up to you. So I did want to point that out in case anybody had any questions about that. We are not going to use free planks. Alright then, so let's go shopping. We need a better way of transporting ore from the ore mine to the iron furnace. This is 12,000, so it's just over double what the free Volvo carries. For 36,000, it's not worth it. We have a truck. This carries 16.8, and it's 54,000. I think that's way too expensive. So the choice boils down to something under the 25,000 mark, and we have a choice between this or this. And I think the class Carat, I'd have no idea. Just definitely not a Carat. Makes the most sense. We'll take the extension off for now because I don't know how well it's going to pull with a full load. Whoa. Let me look and see if there's anything. Let me just have a look and see if there's anything else. I like the idea of this too. It's 20 to 37,000. But if the other one, but it's also 10,000, no, well, almost 15,000 more. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to leave the extension on it for 17.5. Oh, for 20,000, I should say. We don't have to fill. Well, we'll fill it 3/4 of the way first, and then we will see how well it pulls at 3/4 of a load. Now remember, our dumper is 90 horsepower. Our tractor is just under 200 horsepower, so I think it should pull a little bit better. And the only other thing we are going to need, and I am not sure how heavy it should be, but to be safe, I am going to go with 2.5, 3.3. I don't know whether to go with the Fent or let's go, well, the Fent's a little bit cheaper. Only problem is the Fent does not have, no, it cannot tow something. So let's go with this for now. And we'll go case red. Actually, let's leave it black. Jet black looks kind of good. So we're going to go with this. And I meant to hop back to the vehicle dealership. So this is essentially going to be, hopefully it will work, is going to be my iron hauling setup. Oh, come on. Giant, you can do better at the placement of pieces of equipment from the factory. Bucket's not huge. It's 2,000 liters again, so it's just over double. Like I said, just over the bucket's just over double what the bucket on that decrepit old wheel loader is. So let's take this over to the ore mine and we will see how things go. There were a couple of people that have left comments asking anything about, if you haven't seen it yet, I will show it to you a little bit later in the video, but the mod I made, which can be used on any map that produces lumber, will produce long planks on any map, so you can complete any productions. Well, I kept checking the Giant's Mod Hub upload site, and it said mod is in testing stage. Well, not testing, edit stage. So I thought that meant it was editing, as in they were going to test it and edit it. Apparently I had to, this is my fault purely, I had to hit the confirmation button to take it out of edit stage into submission stage. There's no button, I don't know for those of you that have ever submitted mods, there's no button that says for commit or finalize. It's just it's hard to navigate, but now I know how to do it. Plus, I have an ore buying station that I had made, again, that would work on any map and submitted to ModHub. I doubt that one will get approved because 82 Studios updated his multi-fruit buying station to include items from the Platinum Edition. So they will probably say it is too similar to the other one. Alright. I will see you over at the ore mine. Alright, so just to give you an example of the difference in speed to get here. Oh, pay attention, Jay. Just, yeah, to give you an idea of the difference in speed to get here. Maybe I shouldn't have left the extension on, because I thought this would be high enough for a tipper, but apparently it's not. Anyway, difference between the speed to get here, and yeah, you can see we're picking up twice as much as we would have been otherwise. Difference speed to get here, I was able to keep a steady speed of over 20 miles an hour, even going up hills, whereas the Volvo, yeah, it was down to 6 at some point, and that was really painful, and that was unloaded coming back. Same problems with going back to the iron furnace. Anytime it hit a hill, it would slow down to 6. And we could have probably done with a larger front weight, back weight I should say. My question was, how was I going to get it here and the trailer without making 2 trips? You know what I could have done, now that I'm thinking about it? I could have put it in the front loader bucket. That would have been the smart thing to do. Might have been a little heavy on the front end, but the trailer would have probably offset the weight just enough to make it possible for us, especially if I kept the loader low enough to the ground. The weight would have made enough difference to get us here. I am so much happier with this setup than I am with that tiny little bucket loader over there. Especially if we bring up the 3.3 ton weight, I don't think we're going to have any problems with weight. At the end of the day, my ultimate goal down the road is to buy a big enough tractor. Something like, well, I did have a look. For those of you that are not familiar with the different tractor options, the only large tractor that's capable, that weighs quite a bit more than this, and is capable of holding a front loader, is unfortunately the John Deere 7R. And I say unfortunately because I tend to use John Deere in my other maps. They started off as Let's Play, and one of them became testing map. So I was kind of hoping to make this a case map, but nothing. Again, I'm going to have to check ModHub to make sure I'm not missing anything. But nothing in the case category that I have seen so far, in game anyway, or even Well, the Puma is no light. Well, the Puma weighs the same as this. So spending the extra $100,000 to get a Puma brand new over, I would say, a perfectly good 7000 Series Pro is a waste of money. Alright, let me finish loading this trailer and then I will show you the difference in speed going back. Alright, so here we are, I'll say 21,000. Did I go? I know. We'll go the smoothest route rather than the... Even though the iron mine is the one everybody else seems to want to take, it tends to have the most hills. At least I found on when I was doing my experiments on the test map. I was trying out a couple of big tractor trailers with pulled by different trucks, including TLX or whatever it is by 82 Studios. And it had no problem. Some of the smaller trucks, yeah, they had problems. But you can see so far we're maintaining a steady 27, well, until that car cut us off, 26 miles an hour. And we have a pretty good sized load. We have 4 times as much ore as we did with 2019, 18. I don't think we're going to drop below, this is the steepest part, we'd be at like 4 miles an hour with the Volvo right now. And we're still at 10, 11. And we're back on flat ground. So we're doing pretty good. The other question I have for you, and again, leave a comment, is I'm sure I'm not the only YouTuber you're watching with this series to see how it progresses, but let me know, like, the collecting the lumber, the missions, or the contracts. Let me know if you want to see me doing them, or if you just want me to do them off screen, because we've done them a couple of times in a couple of the different videos. So are they getting repetitive? Are they at the point where you don't want to see them anymore? Look at that, we're a steady 27, well 26. I'm going to slow down a little bit going up here. But we're maintaining until I took the corner, double the speed of the Volvo loader, not the Volvo loader, the Volvo dumper, which was slowing down even on the smallest hills. Again, nice that they gave us free equipment to start with, but kind of pointless. So here we are, almost, I can see the open field. We're almost back at the iron mine, or the iron mine. Why do I keep calling it that? At the iron furnace. It's taken us 3 minutes, which probably seems like an eternity for some of you listening to me. But like I said, we have 4 times as much ore. We should have enough to keep the ore mine going for at least a day. Did I not empty that fully? No. There we go. Oh, and I figured out if I wait till the last minute till I'm almost properly lined up, don't try it with my bucket too high. Then I can just make it over the sidebars on the class trailer here with no, well, without it trying to tip the trailer over at the same time. So let's see what the iron furnace is at. We're okay. We're back up to 34,000 liters. So one more, well, 20. I'm assuming it holds, well, 60. I'm going to say it holds 60. But one more trip would be enough. I think that's enough for today. One trip a day should be able to. It should be enough to keep that production going. So let me figure out what we're going to do next. And like I said, instead of me just keep yammering on, let me get set up. And we'll go from there. So I decided to do the logging contracts to take the logs to the sawmill. I'm going to do most of them off screen, like I said. We're in area number 1, which is all the way up at the top of the map. Now, both this area, this way and this way, is a pretty steep hill. Well, it's a pretty steep hill coming up. So the logs are at the top of a hill. So what I was going to suggest was, if ever you're doing this contract, come up the hill, unloaded, and go down loaded. It'll make things so much easier, just like it did with the ore. And I've never seen this. I haven't seen this, because usually I take the other road up here. And this would be perfect for some kind of production. Now, speaking of productions, very quickly we'll jump over to here. This is the one I was talking about, that Miller's Lumber. Hopefully will get approved and will be able to be used on any map. I do have an idea, if I haven't made any fatal mistakes, I do have an idea for another production. And I'm not going to say too much right now, because I don't want anyone to say, oh, that's a really good idea, and go ahead and steal it. So, see what I mean? Coming up the hill is fairly steep. Whichever way you come, going left or going right, but the logs are right here. So I'm going to go ahead, load the logs up, finish the logging contract, because I got a couple of things I want to do before the end of the episode to show you whether this is going to be a big money maker or not. I think it will be, but I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay. Here's my hopefully cunning plan, and I just have visions of it falling apart. Now, I know you're going to say, Jay, why are you selling valuable lumber that could be going towards the construction project, like the roller coaster? And to be quite honest, because I don't have staircase railings, I don't have shingles, I don't have a lot of the stuff that's needed yet, and I don't have enough money, as you can see, to purchase the next production. I could take out a loan. Come on. So, instead of, well, I'm 50-50 on whether I should have taken out a loan or not to do this. But while I was waiting for the train, I spent a little bit of time stacking, and I love this Manitou because it will pick up quite a lot. It won't pick up a container full of wood, no matter how hard I've tried, even though some people say it will. Now I think it's barely going to do this, so I just have to be real careful. Real slow. Yeah, I don't think I'd want, oh, I mean, it's more than 4,000, but oh, come on. Give me just enough lift and without hopefully I don't get stuck. Nope, I didn't get stuck. Park this at the side. Leave this here. What I did purchase was I purchased the trailer we've been waiting for, which is the other reason why I am selling this product. Let's just strap the straps on the old-fashioned way. G. Alright, so we have, well, we have quite a bit. Let's see what we get for all of this. We're at 74,000. I think we're going to get just over 100,000, maybe $120,000 worth of product. Yes. 26,000, oh, more, 150, well, I'm no good at math, so, but that was a decent amount. So we're at 240,000 from 74,000. I could break out the calculator and figure out what that works out to. But I'd say we're poor no more. We are sitting pretty in terms of, well, either, let me know in the comments, should I go for sheep now? Because we have a tractor and a mower, so all I need is the sheep pen and the sheep. Then we can start producing wool, which we're going to need if we get into the sailboat. Or should I purchase the shingle factory and the other two factories that we need to get the roller coaster or the boatyard going? Which would you like to see next? Like I said, the boatyard, I think we have to plan for carefully, because I've seen in a lot of other videos, people wait to purchase the sheep pen and they purchase it at the last minute and they forget that sheep take a little while to start producing wool. Yes, the older they get, the more wool they produce. But it takes a little bit of time. Anyway, leave me a comment. Hopefully you liked this episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And definitely, like I said, please leave a comment and let me know where you think we should go next. Thank you for watching. Take care. Jay. Oh, and I'm going to load up another load of lumber in, not lumber, but another load of ore in my spare time.